All right, people, what's going on? Welcome to Drama Free Gaming. It is what it says, and it says what it is. This is your host, as always, End Time behind the mic. And yes, I'm flying solo this evening, so if you don't see the Dark One, shout out to him, my brother from another mother, Dark Dad. He has his hands full tonight. We are testing out new equipment, trying to again bring the podcast to another level. So hit me up on the comments if this is sounding right. We are using a new mic, a new mixer, just a whole new layout here. And again, we're just trying to take the podcast to another level audio wise. Hopefully we will get some video feeds coming through in the near future, and just producing some more content for you. So if this is your first time listening and you are here at youtube.com/drama free gaming, let me just ask you to do the norm. Hit the thumbs up. Leave us a comment. We do appreciate the comments. I do read through them. And if you are inclined, well, you can hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And like that, you will be notified when we go live. So far, so good. We've been trying to hit the audio waves here, the airwaves, the broadcasting, the podcasting waves here on a weekly basis. And we are a channel where we sometimes just have a bowling night. To be honest, we don't kid with that. We actually don't go and put on the bowling shoes and have bowling balls, but we have a night where we hang out as just a couple of us gray heads who enjoy the hobby of gaming, but we also do life together, and we do that life over on Discord. You can hit us up there at Drama Free Gaming over on Discord. And yeah, check us out. Like I said, we're just a community of gray heads there. There's a couple of young bucks in there as well. Let me not make it seem like we're all senior citizens on our way to some sort of retirement home or whatnot. But we have a bunch of good guys there. Again, doing gaming, doing life, encouraging one another, and just having fun. Just having fun. If you're watching this right now live, or you're watching it on the video feed, you will see that there is some B-roll there. I sat down and started playing on the 360, the Xbox 360, a game that back in the days I wanted to play and never got around to it. And isn't that the story of our lives? We're gamers. Our backlog is several years, maybe multi-platform, multi-generational long. This was one of those games back in the days, and it's called Dead to Rights. And yeah, it was my first experience with this game. I wanted to play it during the 360 area. I owned the 360, never got around to it, but last night I did, and man, lots of fun. Just the gameplay is just fun. And yeah, that's what it's all about. Our gaming should be entertaining. It should be fun. Hopefully you're playing something today in these days with so much gaming, not only on our consoles of preference, but of course on PC. We got cloud gaming as well. I mean, there's gaming all over the place. So really, there's no time here on this channel or in my life for any sort of drama, and that includes console wars. I am, or I should say I prefer Team Green. I do like Xbox, enjoy Xbox, but that's not to say that I don't jump on the PS5 platform and on my Nintendo Switch as well from time to time. So with that said, tonight I just really want to take this new Rodecaster Pro 2 for a spin. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the mixer that is in front of me. You guys won't be able to see it because I'm not on camera, but if you look up Rodecaster Pro 2, you're gonna see what I have in front of me, a machine that lights up like a Christmas tree. It's a mixer. You can plug several instruments. It has inputs for instruments. I'm not gonna try to sound here like I'm an expert because I'm not. I do have podcasting experience, and that's what compelled me to purchasing the Rodecaster Pro 2. After doing my research, of course, I kept coming across this device. And what I find so impressive about it is its multifaceted functionality. I've had it only for a couple of days, and through many YouTube videos, shout out to those out there who have this machine, who have taken the time to create content and videos explaining the functionality and how they have used it. Some of you guys have done an amazing job. Some of you, maybe you're not cut out to teaching. You either go too fast or you just assume that all of us out here know what you're talking about when you use certain terminology, or you just don't take your time, like really pointing things out. I'm guilty of making extra long tutorial videos, but it's because I never assumed that the audience that I'm addressing is, number one, versed or knows what the heck I'm talking about. But number two, as a teacher, I try to understand my audience and try to bring things down at least to and no offense to no one, but to a third grade level. And what I mean by that is that I try to make it so that I imagine I'm trying to explain this to a 6, maybe a 7-year old, that they can grasp it. That after I'm done with the tutorial, with my class, with my lesson, they will be able to say, oh, okay, now I know how that works, or I understand how one and one makes two. And so that's just my 2 cents on that. It is an amazing piece of technology. It is plug and play. I'll tell you, if you guys are in the market or just thinking about doing audio, and I'm going to say this, doing audio the right way. And this is what I mean by that. I used to do podcasting, and I would do podcasting where I bought a bunch of equipment. I bought a mixer. I had XLR microphones. By the way, I'm speaking into the AT2040 Audio Technica, I believe. Yes, the Audio Technica I had to look over. It is a great mic. That's where you guys are getting this feed from. And hopefully it sounds right. The audio comes out right. My room is not soundproofed at all, so I've gone through the settings and have, again, in this learning process, try to figure out what the different settings are for. But it's part of the adventure, part of the fun, part of the process is that growth of learning and experiencing things for the first time, figuring things out. And I will tell you, I have spent many hours over the last several weeks just sitting here at this chair, at this desk with my setup, and just figuring it out. And let me tell you, I have no regrets. Every day that passes by, I learn something. And it just, I mean, today I just learned that I can plug in, and I had it that way, which is kind of silly right now when I think about it. But it has two USB ports. I believe they're USB-C, and you can have 2 lines running out of your Rodecaster Pro 2, or Rode. I call it Rodecaster Pro 2. You can have 2 lines running out of the unit into the same computer or into separate computers. And those two channels are both input and output at the same time. Now, some of you guys are going to say, what in the world are you talking about, End Time? I have no idea. Think of it this way. The ports, the channels on behind this mixer, okay? This multi functional mixer, because this is not just a device for podcasting. It is used for streaming. It is used to produce music, because you can plug through the XLR and through the audio jacks in the back. It takes two kinds. It takes XLR. It takes I forget what size, 2.5, or I'm not sure what size the jacks are, but yeah, it has that flexibility. So you can plug in a guitar, you can plug in a keyboard. You guys get the drift. And so you can actually set it on this board to where you can have a mic like I have it. You can have an instrument. You can have your Discord, like I'm speaking to you on Discord right now, and that's what you see if you're watching again the video. That's its own separate channel. I don't know if the setting is 100% legit, because I have not had the opportunity to get together with Jay. We did the other evening, and the long and short of it was that as soon as I thought I had everything set up and ready to go, technology, it just completely just went, and it just, that's how I felt. Hopefully you guys heard that. That's just one of the many sound effects that already comes preset into the Rode Pro, the Procaster here, or Caster Pro, Rode Caster Pro 2. Yeah. Oh, and again, I think I should be clear as a disclaimer. I'm not in any way, shape, or form affiliated or being paid or nothing. I am just excited about this device and what it has been able to offer me. That being, again, and I think I'm all over the place here, but I was talking about me podcasting back in the days. So I did some amateur radio a long time ago, and we had a little bit of airtime, and when I say we, it was like two pastor friends of mine and myself. We would get into a small little booth. I think it was soundproof, and we were on like a local radio station, and we had airtime, and we got on there and we just chatted and took questions and whatnot. And that wasn't my first exposure to broadcasting or podcasting or radio. Well, for radio, yes. But really what sparked it was, and I think I mentioned it here maybe on the previous to that episode, that my best friend, she's a sister to me, her dad is into he was into the ham radios, CB radios, and now everything is digital and whatnot. And I'm not going to repeat that whole story again here, but his passion and his love for radio and communication on those CB radios and whatnot kind of influenced me without me really even realizing or knowing until later on. And that's why I got into podcasting. I felt that it was natural for me to carry on a monologue. Like I've said here before, I teach and I enjoy technology, and I just enjoy the process of trying to learn and figure things out and continue to grow. And this is just an awesome platform and an awesome opportunity. And so here we are, already 16 minutes into this. Please, I encourage you, if you are enjoying this conversation, this monologue, which right now is really all over the place. But if you're listening to this, I know what it is to tune in to a podcast. I listen to many a podcast, and it's a very intimate thing. You're there, your ears are tuned in to the person, and you're just trying to you are not trying, you are engaging with the content. And if the content somehow, some way speaks to you, makes you smile, causes you curiosity, clarifies, teaches something, inspires you, whatever it may be, that's a big deal. That's a big deal, at least to me. And so, again, I thank you for catching this either on youtube.com/drama free gaming or wherever you listen to your podcasts, which I have to make a confession. I am guilty of not translating this over to audio. And I just looked down on my mixer, and here's a functionality that I'm not using tonight. And I failed to even do it. And one of the functionalities that I have on this mixer is to record the audio. So it has a built-in mini SD compartment, and I have my mini SD in there, and it didn't even cross my mind that I could have just hit the record button. And while I'm doing this stream live, and you're watching the video and you're hearing the audio, I don't have to do any post processing or anything, because everything that you hear here would have been recorded if I would have hit the record button. But dummy me, I didn't do it. And I could have just uploaded that easily to Spotify. But on the next one, I promise, I'll make a little note, put a little sticky somewhere, and remind myself to do that, so that I get better at not only presenting this material, this content on video, but also on audio. Okay, so jumping back into the podcasting, and again, I apologize, I'm like all over the place, but podcasting, my first exposure really to where I really tuned in, plugged in, and started my journey was listening to a podcast called The Podcast Answer Man. And Cliff Ravenscraft, I believe is his name, if I'm not mistaken. He's still out there if you want to look him up. I actually started listening to him, the podcast Answer Man, and I can't even remember right now how I got exposed to him, where I heard of him, but he had a popular podcast, which I didn't listen to, but one of many podcasts that he did back in the early days of podcasting was on a series called Lost. And so he had a kind of like a cult following, and he would get on that podcast and he produced content for that podcast. Again, something that he enjoyed, something that he loved, and he did it, and he got a large gathering. And that was kind of like a thing where I had a moment where I said, wow, this guy doing something that he enjoys, doing something that he loves, that he's interested in doing, and it's fun for him. He actually like got a group of people, and it continued to grow and grow and grow. I've said from day one here, and I've stuck to my guns, and I'm true on this, that I do this out of fun. It's entertainment for me, even though I am hoping that I am teaching, I am inspiring, even if it's one or two people, and making your day just a better day. But I'm doing this for fun, and I enjoy it. And I see myself in the foreseeable future continuing to put this content and other content, and just kind of maybe, I don't know, leaving my mark, leaving something behind that will make this world a little less stressful, a little, I don't know, less cumbersome. I don't know. I don't know who's going to hear this. If they're going to hear it tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, what's going to be relevant, what's not. But I think we all have a voice. We all want to be heard. And thinking about it, I just want to leave some positivity, maybe speak some truth, and not put down anyone, and hence, the title of the of my channel, my brand, Drama Free Gaming. I just want to keep my life and my gaming drama free. And so hopefully you are of the same thought, and that's why you're here and that's why you're listening. Going back to podcasting, Podcast Answer Man, I heard him on that podcast. He shared his podcasting experience. I wound up purchasing from him like a tutorial class. I bought my first mixer with him. Actually got a chance to chat with him. He would do consults. I thought that was so cool. Was able to chat with him a little bit. He heard my audio on my kind of scrappy, really really sucky audio. Let's just call it that. And he was gracious, and he said, "Hey, if you just do this and this, it's gonna make your audio sound so much better." And so I did what he had suggested. And yeah, it was like night and day, and I fell in love with the process. I fell in love with, the knowledge of, hey, I can do this, and I can make it sound better. It could be more appealing. And again, all I'm talking about is audio, not even video. Video is a whole other world that I am actually looking forward to further exploring. But audio for me was just that thing that caught my attention. And so bought the mixer, bought my XLR microphone, put my setup together. And this was with no PC. I didn't run any other software. It was just that mixer with that microphone. And man, I thought I had arrived. I said, wow, this is great. This sounds amazing. I don't know if some of you out there will even confess or admit that you kind of get enamored with your own voice. And especially when you get it sounding like a broadcaster. You tweak the levels so that if you don't have the natural bass like Jay does, when he gets on here, the dark dad, I get that opportunity to put some bass, or maybe I can just hit one of these FX buttons and
my voice can sound like this, but that would be too much bass, and maybe Jay would get jealous.
So so we just leave that alone, and just back to the normal voice here. But yeah, that I just triggered was off of the smart pads on this Rodecaster Pro 2. I don't know how many times I'm going to mispronounce this device's name, but Rodecaster Pro 2. Just one of the many functions. The smart pads, you can program them. You can bring your own sound effects. You can bring your own music. You can program them to trigger certain events, certain things on your computer. Again, I'm not as versed in the terminology, nor am I going to pretend that I know all the proper names, but hopefully you get the gist of it and the idea. It is something that I'm looking forward to growing with and using here. And I don't know, I'm even inspired to learn how to play a musical instrument. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a keyboard or a bass guitar. My daughter plays the the guitar right now. And I have a son who's also very musically inclined, and he leads actually a choir, and is very proficient in certain instruments and in all of this that I'm talking to you about right now. But just having this board and knowing that it can do all these things, it's gotten me to thinking about maybe picking up an instrument. And who knows, maybe here in the future I'll be strumming some cool tunes for you to listen to, and or maybe playing on a keyboard or something, a nice tune or melody or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm excited. Hopefully, you guys can hear it in my voice, in just how this conversation has been flowing. But yeah, I want to encourage you, if you are thinking about podcasting or streaming, start where you're at. Don't go crazy. When I first started, I had nothing. I had enough money to get a cheap mixer, a cheap microphone, and I just learned. And I thought that that was the best thing ever, because it's not the gear that you have. You can have all the most expensive gear and all that other stuff, but if you don't have the heart, the passion, the desire to learn and to see it through, day after day, because you are literally putting yourself through school. You're going to watch YouTube videos. You're going to maybe have a friend or friends who can help you or whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's on you. It's on your willingness to learn, to go in there through much trial and error, heartache and pain, and suffering, frustration. I recommend that if you get to that point, walk away, leave it alone, come back another day. Don't drive yourself crazy. Get some rest. And the following day, like it happened to me on a lot of occasions, I would just sleep on it, and the next day I just had clarity on it. I could see, I could think better. And a lot of the times it's because we want something to work so bad and for it to run right the first time, that when it doesn't, we get frustrated, and then we're not clear anymore. And then we give up, and then we forget the reason why we began in the first place. And that's because, well, we wanted to have fun. We want this passion of ours, whatever that may be, whether it's podcasting or streaming or gaming, whatever it may be. We forget that it's meant to be fun. I'm not here to try to make money, or to make this a career. Hey, how many people started something with that intent, with those intentions in mind, and just came crashing down? Here we are, 74 episodes into drama-free gaming. We've been around a couple of years. We've had ups and downs and all arounds. We have had lulls in our being able to get together and get on a mic and produce content. And it's happened. That's what's happened. And the only thing I can tell you is, we got around to it, we got back to it, and here we are. And so, hey, I don't know how tomorrow's going to be. I don't know how the next day is going to be, but we'll take it one day at a time. But as long as it remains fun, as long as it is entertaining, as long as I feel like I am teaching and sharing and inspiring, or maybe just putting a smile on someone's face and making their day just a bit better, that's the reward. If it becomes something in the future, who knows, end time and drama-free gaming becomes a big thing and a household name, then hey, we'll continue to be the same people. We'll continue to be the average Joes, just, on a whole other level. That's about it. Anyways, that's my spiel regarding the Rodecaster Pro 2. I know I didn't touch a lot of the things here. Let me just tell you the manageability. It has a digital screen. It has physical sliders, buttons. Like I said, it's lit up like a Christmas tree, so it's very colorful. You can change the colors of the buttons, of the smart pads. It is customizable up the wazoo. And from my research and my understanding, the people who developed this Rodecaster Pro 2, they are very good about continuing to support their products, and giving continual updates and listening to the community and adding features and whatnot. So I'm excited to see how this is going to continue to evolve. I think I heard one YouTuber. Actually, I did. I believe his name is Joe Buck. I'm going to look on my phone, try to look for him even as I'm talking with you guys. But he's one YouTuber that I saw and was following and continue to follow even now. But he said something in his review that if you don't have any sort of mixer or anything right now, and you are in the market for just a very competent piece of equipment that's not only going to allow you to do your audio, but just so many other things, you might want to just look into this Rodecaster Pro 2, check it out, and go for it. Don't try to shortchange yourself and buy something cheaper and something similar. If you don't have anything at all, just do it right the first time. And I've learned my lesson many times that I've just said, hey, I'm just going to buy the cheaper version, save myself $50, $100 or something. Listen, if you don't have the cash or you're short a little bit, go borrow it. Don't go into debt, but go borrow it, or just hold off just a little longer, and do it right. Buy yourself a piece of equipment that is going to serve your needs now and into the foreseeable future. You wind up getting one of these cheapo knockoffs, and then you're gonna regret it, because then you're gonna wind up saying to yourself, I should have got, and I should have spent, and I should have done it right the first time, and then you wind up spending more money. So do it right. The podcaster's name that I'm telling you about, his channel, his name is Tom Buck. Go check him out. Again, we're not affiliated or related or anything in any way, shape, or form, but I learned a lot through his channel, and I am subscribed, and I'm trying to continue to learn from him and others that I've come across who are proficient, much more proficient in this sort of field and with this equipment. Yeah, do it right the first time. Get yourself the right equipment. Always stay within your means, and slowly but surely upgrade yourself if you can. And again, I can't emphasize enough, keep it fun, keep it real. Don't go, taking your rent money and splurging on a microphone or whatever just because it looks cool. Again, you don't really know how committed you are to something until you are willing to begin where you are at. And if that means you have instead of an XLR microphone with a board, maybe all you have is a headset with a built-in microphone, like I started when I did podcasting, and all I did was, plug that into a cheapo weepo recorder, because I didn't even have a computer, and that's how I did my podcasting, and I thought it was the best thing in the world. Yeah, I was so ignorant in those days, but you know, I had the drive, I had the passion, and I just continued doing what I was doing. And here we are today, and still growing, still learning. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. I'm not saying goodbye, not yet. But I am just wanting to take a moment to just thank you for again listening, staying with me. We're about 36 minutes into this, a little bit over 36 minutes, and everything is just it's just beautiful. I'm just in a good place right now, guys. I'm in a really good place. Pursuing this this passion, this hobby, in addition to gaming. I want to be able to get on here and talk about retro. Jay and I are producing, and just again with time and life and all that, but we want to produce a arcade archive type channel, or content at least that could be, again, just put out here and talk about retro gaming, reminisce about retro gaming, share some of our favorites, discover some of these awesome games that maybe we forgot or never had an opportunity to play back in the days for whatever reason. And yeah, and just put that format out there. And again, it's something that we love, something that we just enjoy passing the time. So look out for that. Arcade Archives, DFG presents Arcade Archives. It is going to be under this channel here, the Drama Free Gaming, DFG for short, and other content that will be exploring and putting out. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a sip of water. Hopefully, this is not some ASMR that you'll be listening to. So give me 1 second. That was good. Needed to wet the whistle. And so, yeah. So we've talked a lot. We've shared a lot here. Go ahead and ask any questions in the comments. I'll try to answer. If not, I've already given you one competent, proficient individual who has had this piece of equipment much longer and is actually in the field of audio and broadcasting and podcasting and whatnot. And I enjoy him because he's very humble himself. Very beautiful presentation in his videos. They're so colorful. They are appealing. And again, his name is Tom Buck. Okay, excuse me. I just had a little bit of hiccups there. Tom Buck. Go check out his channel. Really cool, visually appealing. I just love the way that he just engages his audience, and you'll have a blast there as you learn from him. So right now I have let me just share what I have hooked up to my Rodecaster Pro 2. Right now, obviously an XLR. I shared with you that I have the Audio Technica 2040 mic. That is what you are listening to, this wonderful, beautiful, natural voice. It's not natural. It is going through certain processes, but it's satisfying to my ears. What do I have to monitor or to listen to everything that's coming through the channel right now, which is only my voice, is I'm wearing the Rode NTH100M professional over-the-ear headsets. Now, it sounds fancy smancy, but they were not as expensive as you might imagine. Quick story on that. I was using a pair of Sony wireless headphones, over-the-ear headphones. They worked fine until they didn't. And they were connected by Bluetooth. And one of the problems with Bluetooth is, of course, latency and your signal can get really messed up, and things just don't sound exactly how they are mixed in your mixer, if that makes sense. And these are noise canceling. I usually use them in the evening when I'm just chillaxing and watching YouTube videos. And they got a great sound, noise cancellation, great audio, great bass. But I just knew that they were not fitting the bill, you might say, in if I was going to do things right with my mixing my audio and whatnot and monitoring and whatever. So I tried to use my Lucid Sound headphones. I don't remember right now the brand, but they are my headphones that I use, my gaming headset for the Xbox, and great headphones, comfortable, great sound. The only thing was that when I plugged them in to my board with the adapter, the Lucid headphones that I have a functionality on the left ear cup that if I press it down, if I'm gaming, if I press the button or the faceplate on the left cup, it usually triggers like a mute in game for my microphone. I believe it's for my microphone or for my earphones, one or the other. But when I was using it for the board, for the mixer, I would have to keep my finger down. That means the cup would have to be depressed in order for the sound to come in clear. And it sounded great, but that keeping of the finger in, literally depressing the ear cup button, was just a pain in the you know what. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to bite the bullet here and look for a pair of actual monitoring headphones. And I wasn't gonna go super duper high end or anything. I said, what is out here? And again, through the channel that I've mentioned here a couple of times, did some research, and I said, you know what? Hey, Rodecaster Pro 2, they also make these NTH 100Ms. Let me tell you, these are some comfortable headsets. I've had them on now for about 2 hours. They are comfortable and they sound great. And I didn't really believe what I was hearing out there, that, hey, what you hear on your mix and on your settings and all that, what you're hearing through these headsets is exactly how it's going to sound when you produce something, when you record something. So we'll see after this episode here of Drama Free Gaming, if that is a fact when I go back and listen and see how this audio came through. So, so yeah, but up until now, comfortable headsets, that's the first thing that I look for, and close to comfort, obviously the sound. And because everything is set and processed through my mixer, what I'm hearing is my settings. What I'm hearing is what I have preset and equalized and whatnot, so that I'm completely satisfied. It might be able to sound, as a matter of fact, not maybe, but it will sound better as I become more proficient, as I learn what I'm doing, and yeah, and hopefully we can get things again to be done in a more I don't know, more professional way. Whatever, in a better way. You know what I mean? So yeah, still have a lot to learn, still have a lot to program into this mixer. I'm still using my Stream Deck off to the side. So for some of you who have listened in the past, you guys know that I love to interject from time to time the sound effects. And one of Jay's favorites and mine is
Nope.
is nope. And of course,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
it's just fun. It's fun, but I'm hoping to bring those sound effects over to the board and program them into the smart pads. And yeah, wow, what else is there to say? There's a lot more to say, believe you me. But I think I'm going to shut it down here. Shout out to Jay again, who was originally going to join me, but got caught up with some life. And he'll be back with me here soon, shortly. Shout out to Henyo, to Sleek, to Mangry, and to a bunch of other guys that I haven't heard from in a while. If you guys are listening to this again, I hope for the next episode, not this one, because I don't feel like doing any post processing or anything of that sort. I really don't want to do it, guys. To be honest, I might eventually do it. I'm a couple of episodes behind, and put the audio out there. But if you're listening to this again and watching on youtube.com/drama free gaming, appreciate you being here. Appreciate you hanging out. But I think I'm going to call it for the evening. Hope you guys continue to do well. Continue to pursue your passions, your dreams, whatsoever that may be. Don't doubt yourself. Press on, press forth, do good, be good, and remember to keep your gaming and your life always drama free. Later, people.